All right. Welcome back to Talk to Me with the coach, Michael E. Mayden. As we're doing it today, as time just going by, we got Wani Wan, our Arizona connection, on the line. We got Berto in the studio, and we're waiting on our professor to get in here as we go talk about this Arizona law.
Yes, he's our special guest, and he'll be in.
He ain't here. We ain't talking about him. Wani Wan, you on the line? Juan, you on the line? Oh, there you go. Wani Wan.
What's going on, Mayden? How you doing, buddy?
All right. Long time no hear. You been boycotting me, too?
No, I just have been picking the right time to come on your radio station, and now with the new Arizona immigration law, I believe it's the right time to get back on.
Yeah, it's the right time. Berto, sit down. What you standing up for? You making me nervous standing up. Sit down.
Yeah, I'm
So you start talking about this immigration all of a sudden. Oh, I got to watch my back.
I have to stand up right here, you know.
All right.
He's being like Howard Stern standing up over there.
Oh, okay. Howard Stern, you ain't got the long hair.
He doesn't either, man. It's all gone.
Oh, I haven't
Old
watched
farts
it.
like us, you know, we cut all the hair off.
I'm young.
Since they called his name, so.
All right, well, let's get started, and
right,
let's find out what the views are.
Let me handle this, okay? See, Wani.
Okay, we're going to let me
I
run the
make
show.
sure you here because we finna cut Berto's mic off.
Hey, it's got to be fair and balanced here. We got to have a fair and balanced point of view. So
in
come on.
Arizona, there was a law passed by the state legislature. Getting choked up over it. Passed by the state legislature and signed by the governor, in a law that basically reforms the way illegals are dealt with in the state of Arizona. Now, I have some concerns about the media attention that they're giving to this new law. Personally, I don't have a problem with the law because my opinion is if you have illegals in this country, they're breaking the law, and our laws must be enforced. Now, you have illegals in this country for a reason because you have corporations and the economy being driven off of illegals in this country. But if you have a law on the books, you cannot water down the law to say it's okay. So I'm disturbed by the media portraying this as such a great civil rights issue. I'm concerned about our President Barack Obama to speak out publicly to say the Arizona governor made a mistake and a poor judgment in signing this law into effect. And I'm concerned when the news media report that our White House is going to have the Attorney General to investigate whether or not this law holds any substance. The fact of the matter is, according to the laws of this land, if you are in this country illegally, you are breaking the law. So why are we now just trying to justify it to say that this is a civil rights issue if you pull people over and ask them to produce their documentation that they're in this country legally? I mean, you know, not only are they in this country illegally, there are multiple laws on top of laws that are on top of laws that are being broke in precipitation to housing these illegals in this country. When you talk about identity theft, if you're in this country and you have a social security number that's not issued you, you're using someone else's identity. That's identity theft. So you're breeding other crime. In order to give a driver's license, you have to produce a birth certificate, original birth certificate since 9/11, an original social security card, and a valid piece of mail to that address. So the question is, if they're here illegal, what are they using for a birth certificate? What are they using for a social security card? They're breaking the law. And there's no reason for our government to look the other way and act like, you know, Arizona law governor created a law and broke the Constitution by signing a law that enforced what is already in place. Do I have any feedback on this?
Are you done?
No.
Well, let's go ahead and continue. I want to continue hearing.
You can't. I mean,
your
you know,
information
if you're working, that's facts. It's not my information.
So
it's
some
facts.
of these corporations aren't
Well,
producing the documents.
There's a whole black market for this stuff.
Yeah, there is a black market.
That's my. But the point is this. As I said on the previous show, if my social security number is 1234, and I file taxes on that number, and you go in there and get a fake document that says your social security number is 1234, as soon as they put that in the system, it should be flagged right there. They know that 1, 2, 3, 4 is already issued to someone else. So our government know as soon as that goes into the system for a driver's license or whatever, that this person has committed identity theft. The employers never put that in the system because they're not paying taxes on these people. So therefore, these employers need to be brought in on tax evasion. That's what brought Al Capone down.
Oh, I agree with you completely. But, you know, the whole black market for fake Social Security numbers, state IDs, driver's license, things like that, those are numbers that don't even go in the system. And you're right. I absolutely think that the focus has to be on employers. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not going to get into my opinion of what's gone down with this law, especially since the governor, and Wani, back me up here, she signed an amendment to this that, quote unquote, is supposed to silence the critics of this law. But you're talking about I think it happened either last night. Juan, back me up. Last night or this morning, she signed something?
I haven't heard that she signed an amendment to it.
I'm gonna look this up here.
Yeah, because when you talk about the black market, that's why I'm saying the hypocrisy of our government. Our government has to crack down. There's not 12 million illegals over here because they just here. They're here because it's a market for them, and our government is turning a blind eye to the fact that they're here, and corporations and businesses are making dollars off of this. So, I mean, now that there's laws on the book that says we're going to enforce immigration laws, it's hypocrisy for our government to say, wait a minute, we need to reassess this.
No, I think it definitely is an issue that has been needed to address for years. However, those addressing it at a state level when it should be addressed at a federal level. And I know there's been, a lot of backlash, different protests that have been going on, and I think ultimately it really is just going to affect Arizona economy, because if you see they're trying to protest at a national level, different either sports columnists or different businesses are drawing for a boycott of Arizona products. They want to try to pull the All-Star game that's going to happen here in Arizona in 2011. Different, Fiesta Bowl championship games and stuff that we have here as well. So that has some long-lasting effects as well.
Yeah, but how can you boycott someone from enforcing the law? It's the law. Yeah. I'm not saying Hispanics that are here legally should be deported, but I'm saying those that are here illegally, they're in this country illegally, they're breaking the law. Why would you have laws if you don't enforce the law?
Here's the gripe. Go ahead, Juan, because I got an answer.
That definitely is right. You have to enforce the laws, and I definitely am for comprehensive immigration reform and different things like that. But the whole part of it is the whole racial profiling. I mean, hey, I can get pulled over just because I'm brown. I'm a third generation Hispanic. I can get pulled over and ask for my documentation and different things, and I don't necessarily think that's correct.
Yeah, but I don't buy that argument that you can be pulled over just because you're Hispanic. When I go through my neighborhood and black neighborhoods and I see police officers driving down the street, as soon as they see black teenagers, automatically they pull up on them, spread them over the car and search them. So, there's same constitutional issues right there, but I don't hear outcry that police officers should not be pulling over blacks and civil rights are being violated. There are constitutional rights being violated. But no one makes a big deal out of it. So for us to hide behind the fact that you can pull over any Hispanic and ask them to produce an identity, that's just you're playing with words right there. You're playing with emotions of the people by the news media. Civil rights issues are being violated. When I drive down the street and I see a young black teenager being pulled over, he ain't did nothing. He just walking down the street. Police officers pull him over and start searching. His civil rights and his constitutional rights are legally being violated, but I don't hear the mayor. I don't hear the governor. I don't even hear our elected officials speaking out against it, and I see it regularly. I was driving home one day, coming up on 115 and Wentworth, and I'm behind this police officer doing 3 miles an hour, so I just follow behind him. Next thing I know, a young black man, could have been in his early 20s, walking down the street. Police pulls up the sidewalk. He already know what to do. He lays over the car. He searches him, then lets him go. And I had my camera in the car.